Driving down the streets of Lincoln, Nebraska, one can find a deep sense of community, a cared-for environment, healthy business districts, strong education system, and expanding neighborhoods in every direction. Residents of this beautiful city benefit from sound infrastructure, low unemployment rate, multitude of outdoor spaces, and a wide array of entertainment and sporting events. In a city of nearly 300,000, more than 100,000 people can be found in downtown Lincoln when the University of Nebraska Huskers football team plays at Memorial Stadium. No matter how many sports fans, residents, and tourists experience and explore Nebraska's capital city, Lincoln Transportation and Utilities Director Liz Elliott says the department is always on its game.
Our goal at LTU is to provide the best services possible to every single resident in the community, and to be able to get to know the community members and who we are serving only helps us provide better service, understand their needs, their concerns, their fears.
With more than 2,600 lane miles of street, 1,300 miles of water mains, 150 bridge-sized structures, and 1,600 miles of sidewalk, the department works to provide a variety of essential services.
We do have a 24/7 team that we have running around here.
Lincoln Transportation and Utilities, also referred to as LTU, has multiple divisions. In transportation, divisions include asset management and performance, maintenance and operations, project delivery, right-of-way services, and traffic engineering. In utilities, divisions include Lincoln Water System, Lincoln Wastewater System, Watershed Management, and Solid Waste Management. LTU also operates the local transit system, which provides an estimated 10,000 rides for passengers per day, paratransit, and on-demand services. Elliott says the nearly 600 team members who make up LTU are dedicated individuals who pride themselves on maintaining and growing Lincoln's infrastructure in efficient and sustainable ways.
The improvements that we continue to make it easier for people to get to and from work, connect family.
In transportation, maintaining and growing Lincoln street infrastructure is vital to the community's future. Lincoln voters came together in 2019 and voted to approve a Lincoln on the Move quarter-cent sales tax that will invest an additional $86 million in Lincoln streets in just 6 years. LTU Assistant Director of Transportation Thomas Schaefer reports the additional funds have improved streets much faster than with the city's typical funding.
So far, we've exceeded our expectations in terms of collections. That's been good with some of the increases in prices we've seen. We've had some good results in that this last year we did 14 neighborhood packages across the city, where typically we would do 1 to 2. And so this was a whole lot. We've been able to accomplish it.
LTU collects and analyzes street infrastructure to help make data-driven decisions while providing clear guidelines to manage right-of-way spaces. Traffic engineering improves traffic signal timing and all modes of transportation to accommodate city growth. LTU and its partners are also completing one of the largest street improvement projects Lincoln has ever done by laying 22 football fields worth of concrete and nearly 2.5 miles of utilities on West A Street.
We're proud of every project that we do. We put the same effort in no matter what. But yeah, there's just a little sense of pride when you're doing the longest stretch that we have ever done in one corridor at one time.
No matter what the season, the department is ready to supply essential services to its community. LTU recently received the American Public Works Association Excellence in Snow and Ice Control Award for management of its winter operations program. Team members use multi-use trucks to plow and treat the streets. To save on material costs, the crew manufactures liquid brine in-house. And to keep community members informed of the city's ongoing plowing efforts, a GIS snow plow tracking system is activated when plows are in action.
That's one of the things we really want to do, is to educate on why we're doing what we're doing, what our limitations are, what we're able to do, and how we achieve that.
Next stop, StarTran Transit System, where the division aims to transition its transit fleet to electric, renewable, and alternative fuels by the year 2040 to meet the city's Climate Action Plan sustainability goals. The division also has plans to build a $32 million multimodal transportation center that will offer bus transfers, amenities for riders and bus operators, and offer other sustainable transportation options like electric scooters, bikes, and more. Lincoln continues to find ways to achieve the unthinkable. Assistant Director of Utilities Donna Garden says the city's utilities divisions are making history year after year. At Lincoln Water System, a Community Advisory Council and LTU are working to identify an option to secure a second water source for Lincoln's future generations.
Back in 2019, we got hit with a very bad flood that had some damages out in our well field, made us think that resiliency was very important to us. And we also know that about 25 years down the road, not now, we got plenty of water for now, but 25 years down the road, we're going to need that because our population is growing and we want it to continue to grow. So we've embarked on an effort to make sure what our next steps are.
The department has also created a watershed master plan to protect the city from future flooding, and its wastewater division has received 3 recent awards for successfully capturing biogas to sell on the open market. The sustainability project brings in $2 million in revenue annually.
Biogas is one of the things we produce from our wastewater every day. And in fact, our wastewater treatment facilities are called water resource recovery facilities because we actually recover things from that water. And one of them is biogas. And we clean it up now and make it into clean methane, which goes into our natural gas pipeline. It can be used for a variety of uses. We're planning to use it for vehicle fuel in that project. And we're looking forward to the landfill also doing that.
At Solid Waste Management, team members think big and create new programs and products that reduce the community's waste and feed and revitalize Nebraska's soil.
From our recycling efforts that we do, now we're starting to look and broaden that look to look at taking woody waste and making it into biochar. This sequesters carbon in the ground and makes a nice soil amendment for growing future crops and future just plantings in your yard.
The community's shared values and input help elevate LTU's public education efforts, project planning, and customer service experience.
Paying your utility bills is one headache that we want to try and make as easy as possible. And so we recently upgraded our billing system to allow for a one-stop shop where customers can pay with any method they want, whether it's Apple Pay or credit card pay. They can also see their history. If I want to see how my water bill has trended over the last several months, I can take a look at that and use that to make personal decisions in my own household.
To keep the Lincoln community engaged, a web page has been developed that lists all projects, costs, funding sources, timeline for completion, and project contacts.
So we're building that relationship with the community and in turn building that trust. That way they know that we're investing their money wisely and that we have their best interests in mind when we are making decisions and doing certain projects.
The team members at LTU strive for excellence every hour of every day of every year. They do it not for themselves, but for their families and their community, for the place they call home. To learn more about Lincoln Transportation and Utilities, go to ltu.lincoln.ne.gov.